Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Travis and today I'm driving 490 miles to Carlsbad, New Mexico to meet up with a subscriber who reached out to me and said, hey, I have this truck I'd like to sell you that's been in the family since it was brand new. It's an old Dodge pickup truck. And he sent me some pictures and I said, man, that is a really, really cool truck. I think we can make a deal on it. So he actually lives in Dallas and I live in Tucson. It's 1,000 miles apart. Carlsbad is about the middle. I am currently in the middle in between Las Cruces and El Paso. And then El Paso will shoot me up to Carlsbad where we'll meet up with Lowell. I don't want to tell you too many details about the truck right now. I'm hoping when we get there we can actually get Lowell himself to tell you a little bit about the truck, tell you the history on it. We'll get a good look at it, we'll do a walk around and we'll load it up and we'll take it back. So I'm still rolling. We'll see you guys in a little bit here in a few hours when we actually get to Carlsbad and meet up with Lowell. Made it to Carlsbad. Truck did good. I just ate lunch over there at Blake's Burger. Blake's is a New Mexico original fast food burger place. Anytime I'm in New Mexico, I like to get Blake's. But I came over here to stop. This looks like a Long John Silver's that's long been gone. Long John Silver's was like fast food, but for seafood. So they had like fish and hush puppies and fries and stuff. There's not many Long Johns around anymore. If you see a Long John's, it's usually like a part of a Taco Bell. They got all the windows papered up. This just says something about a building permit. See on the ground in there, that anchor built into the floor? Definitely seafood. I bet you this was a Long John's. See the ocean going lights? Look, there's even still a few lights on. Look, there's the drive-thru menu. I wonder if we can tell what it was by the menu. Man, it's gone. Oh well. There used to be a Long John's by our house we'd go eat at, but they shut it down and demolished it to put an overpass, interchange in. All right, I gotta go to Albertsons to meet Lowell. I think I found my guy. Wow, look at that. That is so cool. Lowell?
That's my chauffeur.
Hey.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Mike, I'm Travis. Nice to meet you.
Travis.
Long haul, huh?
Yeah, that's why I got a good friend to help with the driving.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a trek, man.
I did some sleeping along the way, trust me.
Yeah. Sleep at one exit, wake up at another exit?
Exactly.
I went to sleep in Texas, woke up in New Mexico. I'll put it that way.
So this was my grandfather's truck. He bought it new in 1947. He ran a trucking company. I'm not 100% sure whether he used it in the trucking company or he just used it on his farm. I kind of think he might have used it a little bit on the trucking company, like delivering grain, because I remember my father talking about riding around in a truck, and that would have been the right time period. But he drove it and kept it until, by the time I knew something about it, it was the 70s, and I was 13 years oldish, and it was on his farm, and it had been a farm truck for quite some time. And in 1982, I believe, he was done with the truck and he gave it to me. The farm was in Oklahoma. I lived at that time in northern Oklahoma, so I took it to my house in northern Oklahoma, and I drove it around. I just used it as a truck. I did remodeling of my house, and oh, by the way, it had probably sat for a few years at the farm before I got it, but I didn't do anything but pull start it and got it running and drove it. I didn't have to do anything to this truck. And for about 10 years, I used it as a truck. Hauled stuff around town. It's a 1-ton granny gear. It doesn't go fast, but it'll pull anything.
This truck is totally untouched, original.
correct.
It was just driven as a work truck and never messed with.
Correct.
And you said it had one repaint.
One repaint.
One
When he gave it to me in '82, shortly thereafter, I took it to the Votech, and the kids at the Votech painted it. In '92, I moved from northern Oklahoma to Texas, and at that time I couldn't take the truck with me, so I moved it to my father's house and put it in his backyard, and it sat in his backyard from 1992 until about 3 or 4 years ago when my dad passed. At that time I brought it to my house in Texas, and it has sat in my shop in Texas for 3 or 4 years, and I hate to let it go because it's been with me and my family for so long, and I thought it was time to move it along, clear up some space. I called Travis because I knew Travis would take it and get it running, and at least get it running and give it one last Yahoo.
Well, you were right.
I was happy to get in contact with Travis, and Travis was happy to take it, and I know good things are going to go with it from here. So.
Oh, absolutely. All right, we got the Dodge all strapped up and ready to rock and roll. 490 miles back to Tucson. So I was on my way out of Carlsbad, and when I was coming into town, I saw this. I wanted to stop on my way out. I think this is private property, so I don't want to go through the gate. I don't know who's back there, but this is an old service station. I recognize this because I like to look at pictures of old service stations, and this is an old gas station. There's the island right there. Pump would have been there and there. Look at that old, I think this is Art Deco. I think this was probably 30s, 40s. Pretty cool. That's where you would have serviced the cars over there to the right. Had some sitting chairs outside. And then in there's where you would have done business with the man. Bought some smokes, bought some gum, some candy, some gas. Wow, that's cool. I like seeing these old service stations. Pretty friggin' neat. Been closed for a long time. Oh, there's the base of a pole sign. How dumb am I? How stupid. Look, there's the pole sign. That would have been the sign. The top of the sign's gone, but there's the pole. Your graphic would have been there for what brand it was, whatever it was. And then there's where your pumps would have been. He might have had pumps there and there, but there you go, right there. That grass growing up, those were where the pumps would have been mounted, right there and right there. So that probably wasn't gas. That was probably something else. The gas would have came up there. Yeah. Wow, I wonder what brand that was. Wow. Okay. We've got a long way to go, so I wanted to stop and show you guys that. So I got the 47 Dodge in the shop now. It's been actually about 2 months since the day I got this. I got it, I put it in the yard, and I've just been so busy with other videos. Now we finally are able to pull it in here and get a good look at it and see if we can get this truck running and driving and basically road legal and preserve it, you know, because this truck is so cool. I'll probably have another chance. I can't thank Lowell enough for selling this to me, because I've looked all over the country since I bought this to see if there's any others for sale.
Any comparisons?
Yeah, any comparisons. Any comparisons. I don't see anything like this. It's either a totally dogged out truck in a field or in the dirt, or it's like a $100,000 restoration or something crazy like that. I can't find anything of this caliber. I would call this a survivor. Like,
big time.
This is a survivor, you know, and this is what I strive for. Like, this is what I love to find. I do a lot of different things, but really what gets me going the most is finding in like a true survivor like this. This is just
something
so
somebody
cool.
didn't get a hold of and butcher it before you got a hold of it.
Yeah. Down to the hinges on the headlight bezel is there. Every single rivet, every single emblem, every nut and bolt. It's just so cool.
Look at the front bumper. It wasn't even used to push a tractor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was the first thing these old heavy bumpers got used for, was to push something.
You have to think, when this truck was made, it wasn't like now, you know, where they treat them like a car, basically, where they have all the amenities and all the, you know, comforts. These were strictly utilitarian work vehicles. Look at the light on the fender. Like, you can see that it's like perfectly rounded. The doors are straight. Everything is there.
And look at the bed sides. It being a 1 ton, you'd have thought they'd have been hauling rock, something that, and the whole side of the bed would be hewed out. It's not. There's not a dent in that bed.
Look how straight it is. I just really want to convey how rare this is, how much of a historical example this truck is. You know, I don't want to overlook that.
The curves are still in the bed.
And look at the original stampings. You know, I mean, this isn't just another, oh, will it run, get it out of here. Like, this is a really cool, historically significant truck. Look at the Dodge stamping in the tailgate. Very, very cool. Very cool truck.
It being a 1 ton, there shouldn't be nothing left of this truck.
No, 100%. 100%
Nothing
right.
left.
This truck should be gone.
Yeah. The bed should have been thrown away years ago with just some kind of a junk bed on the back of it. You
Or
know,
a flatbed. They
some junk flatbed
Yeah.
because the bed got beat clean off of it.
All this should be rusted out. But Dad pointed this out. I don't even think I noticed this. Look at the holes for this is a grease cert. It's kinda
That was
hard
an
to see.
afterthought. Hey, we can't get to the grease cert.
I'm saying we're going to be under here a lot, so we should just take this hood off.
Look at that's gonna have to come off there. Look at that big
Dirt dauber.
dirt dauber's nest on the fan. What is that?
It's a corn cob. Pull that out of there. That's a corn cob.
Maybe there was cold air blowing in there, and they stuffed that corn cob in there because they got sick of the cold air blowing on them.
No,
I mean, it's kind of hard for me to believe a rat pulled that in there.
I think that's a corn cob. I think.
It is a corn cob, and probably they got sick of cold air blowing on them, and they crammed that corn cob in there. That's a piece of history.
Yeah,
Leave it alone.
You're right. You're right. That's
I
a
wouldn't
piece
pull
of
that
history.
out of there.
No, you're
All
right.
that's going to happen is you're going to drive it and put cold air on you, and you're going to end up cramming a cob in it.
Yeah.
Just leave the cob alone.
And as we're out here working on this Dodge, we got another little project going on. Everybody's doing a project. Everybody's doing something. Emily's painting this little jig up here, this hutch. So we got the baby out here, and Emily wanted a hutch for the kitchen, so she got this on Facebook, and she's painting it white and doing her thing with it. She wants different knobs, you know, and she wants it white, and that's what she's doing right now. So yeah, and we have this one, little Novely. She's almost 6 months now. Sometimes I like to throw in a little update on her. She's sitting up on her own. Like, she can actually hold herself up a little bit. She's reaching for things and grabbing for my coffee and grabbing for everything she can get her hands on.
Here.
Yeah, she's grabbing for hair, she's grabbing for beards, she's grabbing for everything.
And she's trying to eat food now?
Yeah, we got her trying to eat food. Say hi to everybody on YouTube.
Hey.
A lot of them remember when she was just pregnant with you. Now you're here. Yeah. Bye. Anyway.
We love this truck so much, we're going to leave it 6 volt.
Yeah. That's how you know. That's how you know it's serious.
We are not messing with this truck.
No, not at all. I bought an 8-volt battery because I know we're keeping it 6 volt, but 6 volts just don't crank over fast enough. So kind of a way to jolt it a little is you can get away with an 8-volt battery and it'll work, and it'll, you know, and you don't have to mess with anything. Oh man. Oh. So they sell the glass and the rubber?
That's what it says. It's Auto City Classic. I think they're out of Minnesota.
That's pretty good.
I think they're in Minnesota. Watch it. Oh, it does. Careful. Ready. You want to sit it in the back?
Yeah.
That'd be a better place for it. Safer. That's good, I think. Watch the cob. pour a little bit of marble down there around them. They can just sit there and soak. Well, at least I thought about it now. Better than not thinking about it at all.
So next thing we have to do is we have to see if it has compression. We have to pull the plugs out, look down in the cylinders. We have to put a battery in it. Are these kind of in a row? They are. They're perfect.
They're already in a row.
They're already in a row, so I don't have to remember. Good Lord.
I bet you don't know what the firing order of this truck is.
I do. They're all the same. 15, 36, 24.
Okay. Good enough. That's your test for the day.
Just take this air cleaner off.
Mm.
Well, I'm not looking forward to trying those plugs, I'll be honest. I'll give it a little tug, but this worries me looking at those.
You see water's been setting on them.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, maybe they're gonna come out.
Okay. It's a little bit grimy. I got my borescope out to look at the pistons, and I was wondering why all the pistons seem to be at the very top. There's a valve right there, but then I realized that since this is a flathead, the valves are on one side and the pistons are actually further off to the left, and I was just looking at the valves. So everything kind of looked the same. There's just crud and some rust on them, but I couldn't actually get a look at the pistons themselves. Well, what do you say we do the honorary fan pull? See if it's locked up or not. Try and get a little bit of tension on this belt. I think it did turn over. I don't think it's locked up. Let me get a light. I don't think the belt, or I don't think the fan was slipping on the belt. Let me get a look-see in here. Oh yeah. Look at that. Now we got to get a battery in it. What is this down here? Dirt dauber. It's trying to crumble. A while ago, before I actually started filming this video, I did take up this carpet a little bit because I wanted to look at the battery, and it is a 6-volt battery. I just wanted to look and see. I couldn't tell on the generator or the regulator. Sometimes the regulator will say 6V, 12V, whatever, but I couldn't tell from this by looking at it, and anything that was stamped on that regulator is long gone, so I really didn't know if it was still 6-volt. You know, these vehicles have been around so long, people just converted them to 12-volt, but anyway, it's still 6-volt. So we got to get that battery out. This is the other windshield wiper arm. One of them is missing from outside, so I'm glad it's here. Look at that. A couple of old Walmart brake fluid bottles. That's a trip. Walmart. .3 high performance brake fluid for disc and drum. It's pretty neat. Look at the graphics. That's 80s or 90s for sure. Got a 4-way. I'm sure that fits this. Got a mirror. Is one of them missing? No? We got both mirrors on it, so I don't know what this one's doing in here. Well, we'll obviously keep it, but I don't think this is original, this carpet. This carpet is no bueno. Man, that wood is getting thin, man. It's about to fall apart. It's petrified. I mean, it's just about to fall apart in my hands. I mean, I like to save everything, but that's about done. It's sort of surprising that even in 47 they were using wood on trucks. Wood was all about gone by the 40s, but I have seen where floorboards and other random things, access ports were wood. But that's saying, I don't know, it looks like the only piece of wood on the truck, except for the bed. They use wood on beds up into the 50s, but structural is pretty much gone by this time. But yeah, they still see some remnants of, they just couldn't get away from wood, man. They used wood for many years. I'll vacuum this out a little bit more and then we can deal with that battery. Oh, so the e-brake is pretty intelligent. It was on the transmission. I like that better. This seems like a simpler design than most other trucks. Most other trucks had the e-brake. Well, half tons had the e-brake over there as a foot pedal. A lot of bigger trucks like this always had it on the floor, but most of the times they ran cables to the rear brakes and those loosen up and they really get, problem is not only they loosen up, but they get rusted in place, and then you engage it but you can't disengage it. That's the problem. But this, it's all on the transmission. Much smarter design, I think. So I did a secondary vacuum. We'll go ahead and try and take this whole battery out, and I'm pretty sure from looking underneath the truck the bottom of the tray is rotted completely through, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get this other battery in here without addressing that, because I can see this thing's, the battery's tilted, it's fallen through already, trying to escape to the ground. And I'm pretty sure also that these are 6-volt positive ground trucks, so we'll have to be careful to hook it up the right way. This isn't wanting to come on. Oh, there it is. Hey, nice, nice. I'm trying to get this battery out. I'm trying to see. Oh, pause, yeah. So it is, yeah, it's positive.
Can you see what year it is?
The battery, I'll have to take it out and see.
That's in the glove box.
Well, see. Oh, it's leaking on the ground. Oh, dang it.
Is it bust?
No, what do we do about it? What are we gonna do? We gotta call the EPA. See it bubbling? It's acid. It's okay. Water dilutes acid. Neutralizes it. Not a big deal. I was kind of hoping there'd be a name or a brand somewhere on the battery, but talk about store brand or no name, there's nothing. It was probably a sticker that's fallen off. Yeah, I don't see anything. See that outline right there? This is probably where the sticker was that showed who made it. I know it's not super important, but I don't know. I think it's cool. 9.5 by 6. Alright, so the welds aren't the best I've ever done, but this steel on the sides is thin, so I was able to get it good enough. It'll hold. It'll hold. So we'll put the battery in it and hook it up and see if anything comes on. Let's see here. Look at that. Fits perfect. Fits perfect. I love it. Alright, so this negative to where the positive really should be. Positive ground. It grinds my gears having to hook them up this way. Okay. No sparks. Tighten up one of these. Not both. Okay. Let's see if anything happens when I turn the key on. I mean anything. See if the amp gauge does anything. It moved. See that? Interesting. Okay, so panel lights, throttle, choke, headlights. I don't see anything happening with the panel lights. You can see when I'm doing this switch, the amp gauge would be moving if the amperage changes. Like if the lights were on, the amp meter would move. So let's try headlights. We're not getting anything. What about the back? Nothing, 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 nothing at all. Well, shoot. Let's try turning the key on, pulling the headlights out, doing the dimmer switch. Oh. We're getting something. Let's see if we're getting any tail lights. Still nothing in the back. Look, I just saw the dash lights come on over here. If I move this switch a little bit, it's hard to see. See them? Flickering? There it is. Right there. You can see it right here. It's probably just dirty. Switch is probably just dirty. Before we actually try and crank this, I'm going to spray some PB in here. So as I was working on this, the gentleman who prints my t-shirts here in town said my shirts were about done, and if I wanted to come and see the last of them being printed, I could go down there. So let's go down there and pick up the shirts and actually see how they're printed, which I think is a pretty cool process. And we get to restock some of the sizes that are out. So right now I'm down here at Yeah Right Screen Printing in Tucson. I figured it'd be cool to show you guys some of the process of how they actually screen print the shirts. I'm having them printed locally by a local business, which is really cool that I can support them. They're actually about to print the designs on these right now.
We have three different colors, so it's 3 different screens. This screen is the cream color. It's considered the base screen because some of the colors lay on top of it. Once it gets printed, it goes in this sequence. It's like a heat press on our press. So it flattens everything out, makes it really nice to print on the other colors. It also makes it cured just enough to where it's not going to be wet when it goes underneath these other screens and prints. Once it goes under this, we come over to the, I guess it's like a rust color, and then it'll go around, get flashed one more time, finish off with this rusty mustard color, and then we run it through our big dryer, and by the time it comes out, it's fully cured and ready to be worn.
And here's the finished design right here. It's pretty cool to see them made in real time. And then you just, like that?
Yeah.
Cool. Goes through the dryer. Nice. That's so cool. I love the production line aspect of it. That's like, it's fascinating. And out they come ready to wear. So the Cummins dependable diesel shirts are fresh off the press. The Theetravisb truck shirts are off the press. The red cap button-up work shirts are hot off the press. Every size that was out is now back in stock. You can pick yourself up a shirt at theetravisb.com. A link to that will also be down in the description. So let's get back to the video. All right, well, let's see if it'll crank from in here. All right, you guys ready? Making sure we're in neutral. Awesome. Wow. Did you hear it? Even after I got done, it still was kind of rotating. That means it's nice and free, like not even binding at all, no rust rings. Wow, that's so cool. So because this thing doesn't have electric start, it's through a foot pedal, I'm gonna have to jimmy it with this pry bar because I want to see if we're getting any compression. We're only getting compression out of these two. What? That battery can't be dead already. I barely even did anything. How do you charge an 8-volt battery? What setting do you put it on? Oh, okay, there you go, buddy. So because it's an 8-volt battery, I just put it on 6-volt fast boost. I don't know, I don't know what else to do. It sure did the trick. There we go. You gotta give it some electrification. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Alright, we're getting it. Alright, that's more like it. Let's check the oil. Yeah, it's moving around in there. It's way up on top. Let me get a rag. Oh, I got one right here. Thank you, past me. It's got oil. It's dirty, but it's got oil. Smells old, but it's not bad. Well, I don't see any water or smell gas, so it's good. It's really good. Let's see if there's anything in the radiator. I haven't even looked. What the heck? I don't even... Yeah, it's dry. I don't see nothing. Here, check this out. Let's see if this one works. Oh, dang.
Here, hold on. Look at how they made an access hole to access it up there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can pull that off.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, something else I noticed, check this out. When you turn the headlights on, look at the bright indicator. This dimmer, oh, there it goes. Isn't that cool? That is neat. That's cool. What? That's so crazy. Everything works. Oh man, this thing is too cool. I love this thing.
What's this say?
That's panel lights, like these, and then that's choke, throttle, and then headlights. But if you don't have this on, then the dash lights won't come on. Like you have to have this out and this. That is for the windshield. It's a fold-out windshield.
That's air conditioning.
Yeah, that's 1947 air conditioning. We'll have to lube that up. So in order to get this thing to run, I'm gonna pop this cap off, check the points out, see if they need any attention. Whew, looks pretty clean in there. Let's see here. Rotor looks good. Auto light. Huh.
Did you squirt anything down these cylinders?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
The condenser looks really good. The points, it's hard to really tell. Screwdriver. Yeah. The points probably could use some cleaning, but it doesn't look bad in here.
You get a carburetor kit too?
Yeah, I did get a carb kit. See that crud on there?
You ready?
Yeah. Try it again. Stop. So I put new points in it, put a new rotor on it, put a new cap on it, put the plugs on where they were, put new spark plugs in it, gapped them at 35. Dad poured gas down the carburetor into the vent so it's in the bowls. He hit the accelerator and the accelerator pump actually pumped. So we should be able to give it a whirl and see if it'll fire off.
Wonder why this clutch is pushed all the way in. Oh, I wonder if that's he did that on purpose to keep it from
Yeah, he did.
freezing in place. That was very smart. I bet he drained the gas tank too.
Should be able to turn the key on and crank it.
Keys on. Ready?
I'm ready.
Boy, you can tell. You ought to hook some gas up to it. I bet it'll run.
Oh yeah, it was idling right there. Sounded good.
Unless you're scared. You scared?
I'm not scared.
You scared?
I'm not scared.
All right. Don't be scared.
So now that we know the truck will run, we could jerry-rig a can and an electric fuel pump on it and everything, but I'm planning on getting this thing roadworthy and road ready anyway. We have good verification, so I want to do it right like the first time. I did order a fuel pump for it. Off Rock Auto, of all places, they had a fuel pump for it. So I want to put the fuel pump on it, and I want to see if there's anything down in that gas tank. But the problem with that is these stupid locking gas caps, man.
Wonder if they was using this for the gas gauge.
Just sticking that down in there?
I don't know. I'm just.
No, I doubt it.
No, it won't fit.
But these locking gas caps, we have a couple of keys, but they don't fit this. So we're gonna have to drill it out, get this off, look down in there with a borescope, see if there's anything down in there. Hopefully it's empty.
Get in there and smack it. Maybe he drained it. I bet he did if he pushed that clutch in like he did.
I mean, if you look at that, that doesn't look, I don't know. There is a drain on it. We could undo that drain and see if anything comes out, actually. Oh, wow. Look at that.
What's that?
Did somebody put a drive shaft in this thing?
Yeah, I seen that sticker underneath there.
Look at that. Drive Shaft Inc. Parts and Service.
What
Tulsa,
what
Oklahoma.
city? Where at? Does it say?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why would they have a new drive shaft made for this? Do you think they switched it from like a torque tube to an open?
No, not on a 1 ton.
Maybe they got rid of the carrier bearing and just...
No, somebody probably just had it rebuilt.
Oh, that's factory rear end. That's done years ago. Look at the rust on it.
This is a smarter design the way Dodge did this by having an open drive shaft with U-joints, because how these trucks were. These ones had torque tube drive shafts, and the torque tube, if you know anything about them, they're not an open drive line. The drive shaft is in a tube that does not turn. It's a stupid design, overcomplicated, and really, really hard to fix.
I don't think they had torque tubes on 1 tons.
Well, that's a smarter idea.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Look at the intelligence of that. They put that shield over the top of that fuel pump.
And it's connected to, how in the world?
Well,
Oh, it's a wing nut. Wow. That is crazy how they decided to run that. Wow. I need like a pair of pliers, like needle noses or something. That's really, I've never seen that. So this is the old fuel pump, obviously, and I had to take the fittings off, put it on this one, but I had to change this one. It had this on it because this originally had a flexible fuel hose. They had those back in the day where this would screw in, and then there'd be a fitting that screwed in here with an actual pressed flexible hose on it, and they don't really sell those anymore. So I just got one with a barb, and we'll just hose clamp a hose on it to the truck. Fuel pump is on, the lines are hooked up, gasket's on, everything looks good there. We'll have to put a new fuel filter and some lines here. I have a line that I cut off that's going to come from here. This line goes to the tank. Regarding the tank, I did drill the lock out. I got the gas cap off, and I'm gonna put my little borescope down in there, and I think there's gas in there. I can smell it. All right, I'm gonna blow through this metal line, and Dad's gonna tell me if it's coming through. Is there any air coming through?
Yeah, I can hear it bubbling. I didn't want to put my face down there.
I feel like it's a little bit plugged.
I can hear bubbles. Do it again. I mean, I don't feel air, but it sounds like I can hear something. But you would think I would be able to feel air.
Yeah, I think it's plugged a little. It's gummed up because it should just, you should just be able to hear like a hollow whooshing. through that tank. I don't know if you put gas in it and try and pull through, if it'll like clear some of those lines out or what. I decided to get the borescope out again, put it down the gas filler neck to see if I could see any kind of fuel in the tank, if it's, you know, empty or not. And I did see a reflection in there. You can see it right there, the light. And I shook the truck a little bit, and you can see that there's fuel sloshing around in there, and that's not a good sign. So we're at sort of a crossroads with this gas tank here because this line is plugged. And sometimes if there's rubber in the middle somewhere, you can cut the rubber and put air through one side of the hose and the other side to see which half is plugged. But this is metal from the tank all the way up basically to the fuel pump. It's one line, and it's plugged somewhere. On top of that, this gas tank, I can smell stuff in it. It's not good. I think this tank may be cooked. On top of that, well, they don't boil gas tanks out anymore. I know I'm gonna get the comments, take it out and have it boiled and cleaned. People don't do that stuff no more. Definitely not around here. That's gas. Something, maybe the seam or I don't know, there's gotta be a hole or something where the seam has came loose, because this is gas, it's dripped down, and you see that? That's gas. You do not want this getting in the engine. You don't want it. You will have major issues. Even the slag at the bottom, if it gets in the lines, you don't want it. If you can believe it, they actually sell that gas tank online. It's like $350. It's kind of expensive, but I may need to order one. This truck is totally deserving of everything being done right. Now, I don't want to take that gas tank out, try and cobble it together just to have it possibly leak in the future. It's just a can of worms. So I think I'm gonna take the gas tank out of it. If it's savable, okay. If it's not, order one. Either way, we have to get the fuel situation right. But before I get the new tank, I can still take that one out, try and get the line clean, hook an auxiliary tank to that line, and we can still run the truck. It's loose, but that neck, I don't know how they accosted this. I can hear stuff sloshing around in there. How the heck did they get this in here back in the day? There it is. Cool, so there's a tow chain. Oh, maybe these are snow chains. These are probably snow chains. Look at that. The floor under the seat, none of this is rotted out. That's pretty amazing.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can access that thing.
Look, snow chains. I thought it was a tow chain. Yeah, there we go. That's how you get to it. Right there. Cut those hose clamps off and cut that rubber, because that's no good. I think I have some fuel hose that big that I saved, you know, because I save things.
Yeah, you save things, yeah.
Dad thinks I always throw everything away. Granted, sometimes I do. Hold on, wait a minute. There it goes. It's coming out.
Yeah, that gas tank's
See?
rotten.
It is rotten. That bore scope didn't do a good enough job of seeing down in there, but you can see now. And when I was taking it down, I tilted it. You can see the gas came out here all over the tank, and some of it got on the ground. So yeah, it came apart at the seam right here. So we'll need to order a new gas tank. I think I found the blockage. Seems to be right here. Let's see if I can. What I might do is take my little squirt can and squirt some gas down the other end of the hose, and it'll fall down this way, and then maybe hit it with some air and blow whatever's in there out, because I can't shove this wire through these curves. It's not gonna work. It's a combo of Marvel, Mist Oil, and gas. It's kind of cool to see this a little bit slower. You can see that slug of bad gas at first, and then the clean stuff pushes it out. A couple things I did since I broke this by bending that line. I put a new hose on it from here to there, blocked off the heater. We're not going to need that anyway. I also finished up the fuel system as best we could for now. Have a new fuel filter going down to the metal line. And then the metal line goes all the way back here, and I have a hose on it coming up to a boat tank. So got this full of gas, put the seat back in for now preliminarily. So right now we'll just run it off that boat tank, but since the mechanical pump's already on, we should be able to actually run it off of that 4 or 5 gallon tank, and we could actually drive it. All right.
Keys on, say when.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Ran out of gas, didn't pull enough yet. Oh man.
What's the matter?
Well, this carburetor's.
Well, it's just coming out over the top. You got too much in it.
No, it's not coming out over the top. It's coming out at the bottom somewhere. I don't know how that's working, but try it again.
Ready?
Yeah.
Pulling it yet?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. That belt shredded. It's shredding.
No fuel pump yet?
Yeah. Fuel. Hit me in the head.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, a piece of shrapnel on that belt hit me in the head. It's wrapped around this adjuster bar.
Oh, did you order a belt?
I did order a belt.
Well, good.
So I think ahead.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, it's smoking and everything, so it's doing good. We just
Doing what it's supposed to do. It's smoking.
Yeah, we just need to put a belt on that thing. Hey, did you notice if it was charging? You didn't look?
I did. Yeah, it did look. I think it was charging.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get a belt on this thing. I don't want something to happen to that radiator. Some piece of shrapnel tear that thing up. Where are you going to find that thing? All right, you can go ahead and give it a whirl.
Go for it.
Yeah, the gas did get to the top, so hopefully it'll start on its own.
Ready?
Yeah. Can you work that gas pedal from in there? Okay.
Does it?
Yeah, no, it's working.
All right,
I can
ready?
hear it pumping. Go ahead.
Shoot, you got to be real careful with this. Don't slip this thing in gear. And, oh man, that makes me nervous. I like to have them. I'd just soon have the wheels off the ground, the rear wheels. You ready?
Yeah. Smoking a little bit. Oh man. Wow. Listen to that. That's crazy.
You know what you call that?
What's that?
Counting them off.
Counting them off?
It's running so good you can hear it. It's running real slow and nice. It's counting them off. I don't know, it acts like it's trying to charge. It wants to charge, but I think it might
I wonder if I put a gauge on it, what it reads.
might tap on that regulator.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You do got this battery hook positive ground, right?
Yeah, it's positive ground.
Acts like it's charging backwards. I mean, instead of the gauge going positive,
It's just wiggling.
yeah, but look at the way it,
Listen to that.
that's impossible. Temp gauge is working. Do you have water in it?
Well, I know it's got a lot of water because water came pouring out of those holes when I took the heater hose off, so I know it has water. We can put more in, but it's not out.
Yeah, temp gauge is working, but it's already up to 160.
I have some of that Dollar Tree antifreeze. Should I put it in there?
Yeah,
I don't see the water pump leaking.
go ahead and put that Dollar Tree stuff in there.
You see that crankcase breather tube down there right by that exhaust? Blowing out just a little bit of smoke. In the diesel world, we call that blow-by. It's basically a visual health inspection of how close the engine is to needing rebuilt.
Because it's still climbing.
Okay. In a perfect world, the piston rings would seal perfectly against the gas and you wouldn't get anything down in the crankcase of the engine. But they don't seal perfectly, that's why they put the breather on there to relieve the pressure. But the more smoke that comes out of there, the more combustion process is getting through the rings. And if that thing's just belching like a choo-choo train, that means the engine needs to be rebuilt because the rings aren't sealing. It means low compression, low power, dirtier oil faster, all kinds of stuff. But it's not really particular, you know, right now. It's an old truck. We're not putting it into service, but it's just something to look at.
Yeah, it looked like it's trying to come down. Okay, yeah, it's trying to come down.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can hardly tell how, I mean, oh, it's got, I can see it in there in the tank. Let me get a voltmeter, see if it's charging. I can't hear it. You can hear the regulator?
It's go over there and listen to it.
It does. The voltage doesn't really go anywhere, so not 100% sure on that. I don't think it's charging. If you look down in that radiator, do you see that water moving at all?
Rev it up a little bit and let me watch it. I can't really tell.
Well, look at who came out to see the first start. Look at that.
Oh. Did you hear that?
Is that a curiosity to you?
What do you think of that? Do you like it?
What is that? She says, what is that thing?
Do you like it? Yeah. Emily, do you like it? What do you think of that?
What do you think of that?
What do you? Oh, she likes it.
Everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's pulling fuel like it should. It was leaking under here when I was filling it from the top, but it stopped. I don't know if it was overflowing, flooding over, or what, but everything's dry up here. Hoses aren't leaking. The radiator seems to be holding water. What a great running engine. Wow. I don't see anything dripping here. All of this is when I took that heater hose off. I don't see any active drips. The temp gauge has been at about 180. That would be 180, I guess. It's been there and it hasn't moved. We got almost 40 pounds of oil pressure. Obviously no fuel, and the amp gauge, well, charging system's doing whatever it wants. I'm not sure what's going on with it right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I can hear this regulator clicking. It's clicking like that. I'm not sure if it's going haywire in there, or if it's dirty in there, or what. All right. Well, what do you say we try and drive this thing for the first time in 30 plus years? I don't know which way is reverse. No. That feels like, yeah.
Yeah.
Temperature's good. That's third. Pop it back in second, but
Isn't it weird to think that probably your great grandpa could have bought this brand new in 1947, and it would have stayed on the farm and for use for 78 years. That 15 to 18, probably $1,500 investment would still be running and still be being used as a piece of equipment on a farm. It runs good. It runs really good. Clutch works really good. It's just a good running truck. It's just hard to believe that many years. The door, listen to the door. Just solid. I mean, the windows are 78 years old. You can tell it. They're separating. But my gosh, man, what a piece of equipment.
now that we know the 47 Dodge runs, and it runs really good, the engine is in as tip-top shape as it can be. Total runs like a sewing machine. We can move on to other things to make it road legal, and the next thing is everyone's favorite, brakes. I ordered some brake parts for it, but I don't think I was able to order everything because some things I was seeing online conflicted as to what to order, and I really needed to get under here and look at them and see what's on the truck before I order stuff. I got a few things. I got hoses. I think I got a master cylinder rebuild kit, I think. I ordered some stuff ahead, but the brake pedal is just hard, rock hard. It won't go anywhere. That master cylinder is totally frozen. So let's jack the front of it up, get the tires off, get the hubs off. I'm sure those wheel bearings are going to need to be repacked. Before I start on the brakes, I actually should probably take this off and see what kind of oil filter it has. See if I can get one ordered or come in so that we'll be ready. Need to figure out some kind of part number, anything on this that's going to help me get another one. The only thing written on it is Hastings 130. Hastings I know makes piston rings. I've never seen a Hastings oil filter, which is kind of interesting. So I'll see if I can cross-reference this to anything so I can get a filter in the works.
They got an oil filter for it?
O'Reilly does at Ina. I don't know if this pulls off or twists off.
Iron unscrewed, it's got threads.
Oh, there we go.
Cap don't want to come off.
Is it opposite thread?
I think so. Hey. What you guess?
This grease. Whew. Grease is so old it smells like crayons. I remember what the smell of crayons was like in kindergarten. That's what that smells like. Crayons. Crayons. This isn't wanting to come off. The shoes could be adjusted out with real tight. See how this doesn't want to. Well, if I turn it. Those shoes probably adjusted out too far. There's a ridge in there. Oh, how do you adjust these? That's the big question. Some kind of crazy menagerie way to... Oh, I know how you adjust these. There's cams on the inside. There's two big bolts here, and I remember this on the International. They got these cams that adjust the shoes out. It's not like a traditional thing. Let me see if I can get behind there. These cams will even move. Help us. There we go. Look at how old that grease is. It's not even like grease. It's hard. Way too thick. Moisture's going out of it. But yeah, these brakes are a lot like the 47, 48 International that we have. They're anchored at the bottom on these spots, and then they have eccentrics or cams that when you turn those bolts back there, it moves the cam and it pushes each shoe in or out, whereas on a typical, drum brakes, they'll have an adjuster right here that does them both at the same time. See, these shoes are so old, they're starting to lift off the shoe. Right here, you see that gap? These are riveted on. You can see these rivets right here. If they were bonded, what happens is they'll come unglued, like they'll lift, and then you can just peel the shoe right off of the actual shoe. It's kind of odd that, look how big the hub is, I mean, that's a 1-ton hub. That's a pretty big hub. But those brakes, the shoes, and those are no bigger than half-ton brakes. Those are no bigger than 3/4-ton brakes. Now I have all the brakes apart. On these, you have to take the axles out to get the hubs off. There's nuts on these splines to take them off. The shoes have meat on them. The wheel cylinders are totally trashed, which is not good because these are really weird wheel cylinders, the fronts and the rears. On a truck like this, you can't get wheel cylinders at AutoZone or O'Reilly. They're step wheel cylinders. So one side has a smaller bore, one side of the wheel cylinder has a bigger bore. They're a weird size. So I found a website called DCM Classics that I think has some of this stuff, and I need to call them tomorrow. It's too late in the day now, they're closed. But I'll have to call them tomorrow and then order up some stuff. I would have ordered all this stuff ahead of time. I ordered as much as I could that was available on Rock Auto, but you don't know what you need sometimes until you take these trucks apart because of how, half-ton, 3/4-ton, 1-ton use different stuff, weird, odd stuff on these trucks, and you don't know what to order until you look at it and literally measure it. It's putting us behind, but, you can't order wrong stuff. You're just out a bunch of money. Tomorrow, I'm going to try and get front wheel seals that go right there, and then on the rear, there's an inner and an outer wheel seal, and one of them was leaking on this side. You can see that it's kind of wet in here, and also on the inside of the hub, you can see that it's not dry. It was getting gear oil in here, so it definitely needs wheel seals. Next thing I want to do is take this master cylinder out. It's got 3 bolts that hold it on. It's got one line coming off right here, and then it has a rod that goes through and it hooks onto here. It's got a cotter pin on it. So we'll try and get this out. It's the next day now, and we're making a little bit of progress on this 47 Dodge. I did get the master cylinder out yesterday. I couldn't really get the camera in there. It's so far up in there, but I have it on the vise. I'm gonna see if I can rebuild it. Hopefully that it'll take a hone and everything, because the wheel cylinders are just absolutely trashed. I mean, they won't come apart. They won't take a hone, I'm sure. Even the aluminum cups are like rusted off in there. Let me see if I can find one. Look at those cups. Look at the walls. I mean, this is not even rebuildable, not even reusable. Yeah, totally empty and dry. Oh, wow. Well, I messed that up. The wrench caused the side of this to cave in. It's all flat. That was a stupid mistake. That really pisses me off, because now I gotta find another one of those. Right now, Dad's working on getting these old brake lines off, because I do have new ones, and we're gonna need them. I'm not even gonna try and reuse those old ones. And I had to go buy a new brake hone so I can hone this master cylinder out. You know, they don't sell the stones for these. You have to go buy a whole new assembly every time you run out of stones. The old ones I had are trashed. So now we can hone this out and see how it looks. Well, here's how it looks right now. We'll see how well it comes out. Not too sure how much pitting we're gonna have. Probably a lot. Well, I hate to leave you guys on a cliffhanger. I wish we could have slammed all this back together and drove it on the street and have brakes and lights and everything, but you know, if this was some small block Chevy, something out of the 70s or even the 60s, this would have been no problem. You know, bang, 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 could have put everything back together, lickety-split, and get it going. But you know, I mean, look at what we're working on. I mean, this is, how many people in the country are working on these? Not many. Parts are just not available. They're from specialty dealers. You know, you're not getting stuff from O'Reilly. So I do have everything necessary to put it back on the road coming in the mail. I think, like I said, I do have a gas tank coming. I have all the wheel seals and brake parts coming. I ordered a master cylinder. Oh, the windshield. I ordered the windshield and the gasket, so we'll do the windshield because it's I don't know if it's cracked, but it's delaminating really bad. Which is, yeah, kind of odd, because most of the delaminating happens around the edges. It creeps inward, and it doesn't really affect you seeing. For some reason, this thing is delaminated all in the middle of the windshield, yellowed. It's that layer of plastic in the middle. The side glass and the rear glass, that's whatever, but the front glass, that's definitely going to have to be addressed. Yeah, this truck's just going to take a little bit more time than the other ones that we work on, so there'll be a part 2 on it, no doubt about it. We have to put it back together. I want to see it drive on the street. Still working on the big rig Cummins swapped Rio. That's been going on in the background. I just figured I would do something to, you know, chop it up a little bit because I've been making a lot of videos on that truck.
But at the place we're at with it, with the running the exhaust and stuff, the appointment's not till next week anyway.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you can't just go, you got to get in line.
Yeah. I'm going to take it to the exhaust shop to get the exhaust put on it to hook my stack up, and also the exhaust shop is going to run pipes for my coolant because I have the radiator in the back. So they're going to run basically exhaust pipe that I'm going to use for coolant from the front to the rear of that truck. But my appointment is, you know,
Wednesday.
My appointment's on Wednesday, yeah. And then after that, it's buttoning stuff up for the duct tape drags, which is October 17th and 18th. So if you guys are planning on going or on the fence about going, definitely go because we're going to be there. We're going to actually have a little tent set up this year. We're going to be hawking shirts and just hanging out, you know. All the t-shirts are back in stock. You can pick those up at Theetravisb.com if you want to support the channel a little more directly. We've been shipping those shirts out. People have been really liking them and enjoying them. And I also have international shipping open. So if you're in Australia, you're in the UK, you're in New Zealand, you're in Sweden, you're in Canada, you can order shirts now. I opened that up. Some people have been waiting because they can't check out because they're out of the country. Well, now I opened that up so you can order out of the country now. Like always, guys, Dad and I always appreciate you guys watching all the way through. YouTube really counts that a lot when you watch all the way, not 20%, 10%. If you watch all the way, that really, really helps the channel out. Likes, subscriptions, and comments help, but really the watch time is really what YouTube is looking for. So I thank you for following along. We're almost at 200,000 subscribers. We're at like 199 something.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
Almost at 200,000.
And the Chippewa boots are still holding up?
Yeah, the Chippewa boots that we did a sponsorship for the Chippewa boots last video. These boots, we like them a lot. They fit our style. We like the pull-on boots a lot, and these are just the same style of boot that we've always liked to wear, and they've been doing good, and they look good. It's a good-looking boot. With that, guys, appreciate you guys all again, and we will see you very soon in the next video.
Thank you. Bye.